This is me again. I just want to talk briefly. Something happened where it made me see that I recently I did an upload about that song Mary J. Blige. I said I was just happened to hear it while I was at the store shopping, and I happened to hear that song, A Real Love by Mary J. Blige. Said I'm searching for a real love. And I say love comes from within. It's really hard to know that in this type of plane of existence for some people. For some people, it's hard to know that it comes from within. Now, for some people, it's not hard to know, but for some people, it is hard to know. Everybody's different. Love don't come from the ego self. People, I don't want to get into that anymore, though. Love doesn't come from the ego self. Comes from a deeper place that's been dormant. But anyway, that's not what I really want to talk about. I want to talk about how I see one way to really get into a higher frequency, a love frequency, is to not care. Now, I don't mean be a sociopath. I don't mean be a sociopath like some of the beings that's been doing some diabolical stuff in the world. I don't mean not care like that, you know. But like, say for example, like when you know you are dealing with somebody who don't really care about your well-being, I'll just make it really simple because it don't have to be something that's it doesn't have to be something that's a real big deal, but it is a big deal. If you allow it to build up, it will become a big deal. I said before in another video, some of the happiest people are the ones who don't give a F. I said those are some of the happiest people who don't give a F. And don't give a F about saying how they feel and don't care about how nobody else feel about it. Because if something is possibly going to affect you, the people who really speak their mind and don't care about how somebody else feel about it, because they have every right to preserve themselves, they have every right to look out for themselves and don't care about somebody else being upset, those are some of the happiest people. Right? And so what I'm saying is sometimes you can be, to get in a higher frequency, you have to not care about other folks. You really have to learn not to care, because a lot of people are are really unreasonable. A lot of people will not meet you halfway. I would say 75% of the population you probably just need not to care about. Now that's just me talking. I don't know for sure. I don't know the statistics for real. Okay? I'm just saying there's a lot of people that are very, very unreasonable. I'll say something very simple. I went to somebody's house. It was like a home health visit. And I tried to call them, but they didn't answer, and they didn't answer text messages. But sometimes people who are more on the elderly side tend not to answer. And so sometimes I try to call the next person, the other contact number, which is a daughter, a friend, a son, or whoever, a caregiver, caretaker, whoever it is. A lot of times that alternate number is the one where I get the best answer from, because these people themselves, they don't answer their own phone. A lot of times they're elderly, they don't like to answer the phone, they don't know who it is, and they don't like to pick up to strange numbers. Well, I'm not elderly, and I'm like that sometimes too. I'm like that a lot of times. Okay? But, I was told by this other person who is taking care of the person, the house I was supposed to go to. The person said, go there because he's always there, so just go there. He'll be available because he's always there. Okay, I don't like when people say, well, they're always there, so just go. That just because somebody's home doesn't mean that people should show up unannounced. I think if they are cognitively sound, They should know when somebody is coming. It's not good enough to say that somebody is home always and just go to their house. Okay, because I went to this person's house and they were home. They were home, but they did not answer the phone. Did not answer the phone. They never answered the phone. They did not answer the door. I heard them say, "Who is it?" I said who I was. I'm OT from the agency that is representing him. That is with him, and But anyway, and they did not answer the door. I stayed there knocking and at the door for about 5 minutes, and I left. So, okay, I really don't care about this person not answering the door because, I don't know these folks. If people are interesting, I don't know who them. But what I will say is I don't like wasting my time either. And time is something you never get back, and you don't owe it to somebody else to keep wasting your time. And for folks who can't understand that because they're interested in me busting my butt so they can get their money and don't care about how it affects me, at this point, I don't care about how they feel either, and I don't care about their life. And I'm just saying I don't care about them at all. I'm not saying I'm going to do anything to them when I say I don't care about their life. I'm saying that I just do not care about them as a person, as a human. I do not care about them at all when I have literally went to somebody's house. And I'm saying this to say the particular people that I work with or for, they saw my missed visit note where I said, this person said, "Who is it?" And I said who I was. I said I was OT, occupational therapy. And they still decided not to answer the door. But because physical therapy went there and they answered the door for physical therapy the next day, they're telling me to go back out there, disregarding the fact that I literally wasted my time and my gas. Literally disregard. Didn't even say, "Oh, we apologize. Apologies for this person not answering." Nothing. They just said, "Well, physical therapy was able to complete their evaluation, so could you call and schedule and go out there tomorrow?" So because physical therapy was able to complete their evaluation, you're going to disregard the fact that I wasted my freaking time and this person was at their apartment and did not answer the door. See, this is where I don't give a F. And see, this is not something that's a big deal. Like, it's not something like the LA fires, okay? But the point is, this is a part of unconditional self-love. This is a part of unconditional self-love. And this is where I need to stop working for other people too. But I'm working on having myself a business for myself. But this is where I need to stop dealing with other people and working for other people. But sometimes you have to do that until you get where you're supposed to get. Until you get set up and in a position to start making money. Right? And I'm working on that, but it's going to take some time because I have to get everything set up. But I already don't get paid for wasting my time and my money. I am wasting money because if I waste gas, I waste money. And I wasted my time when I could have been doing something else. So I already don't get paid for that. But to completely just act as if my time did not matter and my gas did not matter and the mileage that I drove did not matter and say, "Could you just go back out there?" That seemed to me, that seems like a sociopath right there. To me, that sounds like somebody who just is very uncaring, completely lack compassion. Okay? And it does help to say what's on your mind, and however they decide to retaliate is how they're going to retaliate. Because a lot of people don't want to speak their mind too. It's not always because they worried that somebody else might feel some kind of way. People are nasty to the point that they will retaliate. that's the kind of world that I've seen. That might not be the kind of world that everybody else seen, because everybody don't have the same reality. And that's just what it is. Everybody don't have the same reality. Everybody haven't seen that kind of world, but I've seen the kind of world when you try to, in a tactful way, express how you feel about a situation. They will retaliate on you if they don't get what they want. This is why I say I don't care about people's feelings anymore. I kind of don't care about humanity. I get that there has been some disasters that's happened. I said this. I said in a couple of videos the reasons for disasters, not the LA fires, but just a lot of things that's going on. And why these wicked beings are allowed to do what they do. Because some folks say, yeah, it's a way to cleanse out the evil. I say, you know what, them evil people are living well. The evil people, they got a house in Puerto Rico. They got property somewhere in Chile. They got property somewhere in Ghana. They got property somewhere in China. They got property somewhere in the Philippines. The wicked people are okay. I don't understand. I don't think this is cleansing out the evil. I think this is cleansing out the land so some other group of people with money can take over. I don't think this is cleansing out evil. I mean, this is just my opinion. Because a lot of the people who lost things are folks who are just regular people who work hard for their money. Even if they are people who are on the high ending side. Even if they're actors, they still had an honest living. Just because somebody's an actor don't mean that they deserve to get their house burned down. Okay? Just so even if they are rich, a lot of them still made their living honestly. And the diabolical ones ain't lost nothing. The evil ones ain't lost nothing. It's the people who work hard, the regular people, who lost the most. So I guess they're collateral damage. I don't know. But then I don't know for who, because they didn't really stop any kind of evil. They haven't stopped any kind of evil. They introduced a new evil. They cleansed out one energy to bring in a whole other type of evil. Okay? That's like you being possessed by demons and you get somebody else that know how to move those demons out the way, but then they bring their demons to possess you. Okay, that's just a different kind of evil that just took over. You know? But I said, I made a video about the LA Five. Ooh, excuse me, I'm stretching. I'm stretching. Sorry about that. I made a video about, I see why these things are happening. I said, and I used the example of how this person was promised a job. It's from a video that I saw, and how she said that it was a lady who was promised a position, a higher position, and she was told she can start working on a certain day, but it was other ladies there who were blocking that position for her to get. And it was other black women who was blocking another black woman. And they probably were blocking her because she was a very young lady, like very young, barely out of teenage years, just out of teenage years. And some of these older women were probably a little old. These women, black women, were probably a little older. And black women, listen, I'm going to say this. As an older, I guess somewhat of an older woman now who used to be younger, okay, older black women hate on younger black women. They do. They do. I don't hate on them. But older black women hate on younger black women. They will respect a younger person who is white, who is Asian, who is Indian. Well, Indians are Asian, but you know what I mean. A lot of times when people say Asian, they think of a person that's more like either Filipino, Chinese, Japanese, something like that. They don't think of Indian, but Indian is still Asian. But had it been either one of those, I don't think these black women, I think they probably still would have seen the age, but they probably wouldn't have been as willing to try to block them. But because it's a younger black woman that's just out of teenage years, they didn't see that they didn't want this person to get the position. That's just my take on it, because I know how older black women can be towards younger black women. So that's just my guess. And I said that a lot of these things are happening because of a lack of love. And so when people lack love, it's unfortunate when you have a group of people who just completely lack love. And I have to say, it's a shame that what happened to a lot of these black folks in LA, because it happened to a lot of black folks. It happened to a lot of other people too, but it did happen to a community that was majority black. And I'm just going to have to say this. Black people in general have a problem with loving one another. Black people have a city, and I don't know about this city in LA. I don't know who they are. I don't even know if I've been there. I've been to Pasadena, so maybe I have been to Altadena. I lived in LA for 10 years and drove all around LA, and I'm just not familiar with this town of Altadena. It's amazing how this town gets so much recognition after being burned down, but I just have not really heard of it. And and people that have been in LA for a long time don't know about this place. But I would say black people in general, I don't care if there's in LA, I don't care if it's in Atlanta, I don't care if it's in Texas, I don't care if it's in Maryland, I don't care where it is, Missouri or wherever. Black people have a problem with loving each other. Black people have a problem with love. Black people have a problem with supporting each other. This is an example of how they blocked that young black lady from getting this position, but had it been a young white woman